day. I think that, so I'll tell you guys a little bit about me, and I may repeat it if we get more people in. I think we had 9 people who confirmed, and 3 people were going to be late. And I said, well, join us when you join us, right? So my name is Melissa. I go by Lissa, and sometimes I'll call myself Lala. That's my alternate ego. I don't know if you guys have an alternate ego, but I definitely do. So I've known I was a witch since I was really, really little, talking about like before 3 years old. Um, my mom always called me a witch because I would say something and then it would happen, or I would point to something and then, or somebody, and they would trip right away, or I knew about the weather before the weather happened, just small things like that. That my mom was like, oh, she's a little witchy witch. So I don't think it was anything too special. I just think that I was very connected with my intuition as a child, and I expressed it, and I was safe enough with both of my parents to actually tap into that and to not hide that. So then as I got older, you kind of go in and out of phases. Was called weird for a while, so I just stopped. And then I started, being myself again when I went to a new school. And the teacher, Mrs. Jones, she was a young teacher, like 23, and I was in the second grade. I was like 7 years old. Small things that I would do is we were in line in the cafeteria, and she's trying to get everybody to be quiet. And I told her, I said, oh, I can do it. And she's like, how are you going to do that? I was like, watch. So I told everybody we're going to play the silent game, and whoever was the quietest, I would read their palm. And it was very odd because I don't know or saw or remember seeing what palm reading was before then. I was only 7 years old. Like, I didn't see it in a movie. My mom doesn't do it. Nobody in my family does palm readings, but it was just something that came intuitive to me. And so everybody would be really quiet, and I would go through and read the palms during the lunch line. So like 3 or 4 people. And people would call me a gypsy because they didn't really know. We were all 7 years old. So that was really fun. And then as I grew up, when I was 16, my mom got me this tarot deck from Barnes and Noble at the checkout aisle. So you might have a deck like this. It's a very common one, probably like not even 10, $20 or something like that. So when my mom got me this tarot deck, we used it as entertainment purposes only, so we didn't hurt anyone's feelings. And it did come with a very small explanation book in it. And as I would be shuffling the cards or doing the reading, one of the things that I noticed is I would get what I call now download, because that's something that like a verbiage that we would use. But back then I would just call it my higher self, or my spirit speaking through me, or this other person, right? And I would just say, like, regurgitate the pictures, ideas, thoughts, and things that I was hearing from spirit or whatnot. What would you call it? As I was doing the tarot reading. And I never heard anybody come back and tell me anything that I was wrong. And I got so good at doing those kind of downloads that I would do it without using my cards. And I could go into some other really cool, weird stories later. But so then when I turned about 21, 22 years old, that's when I started doing readings for my friends and family, and not professionally, but kind of like when I would go downtown. I lived in Austin for a little bit. I lived in California for a little bit. I would just put a chair and a little table or a desk, or I would sit somewhere outside on a Friday night and do readings for strangers for donations, just so that way I could make a little bit of extra money. But it was fun. And so that is that's my little background story. Does anybody have any questions so far? Anything to add? Did we
Your
get more
mom's a
people
rock
in the room?
star.
Thank you. Yeah, it takes a lot of courage to let somebody be weird instead of, and be an outcast. Miss Vicky, do you have tarot cards you're playing with today, or are you just writing notes or using your regular playing cards?
All of the above.
Nice. Okay,
I've
good.
got my tarot cards. I have my tarot notebook where I take notes and make notes and hopefully just absorbing all kinds of good vibes and information.
Love it. Ben, what about you? Do you have your tarot cards with you? Or are you just taking notes, or do you have playing cards to play with?
Just taking notes, I guess. I don't have any tarot cards. Where
Okay, love it.
can I buy tarot cards? Like, what's a good store?
I have tarot cards I can give to you, $5. I have tons of decks. So I'm in downtown Dallas. I'll meet you next week if you want, or anytime this week.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in Fort Worth, but yeah, I don't mind.
I'll be in Fort Worth on Friday.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I,
we're gonna go to the rodeo and then we're gonna go drinking somewhere in downtown, I think, something like that.
yeah, okay. From the stockyards?
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah, the
fun. Yeah,
soccer.
yeah, nice. Okay, I have you on WhatsApp. You're the one that I messaged, right?
Yeah,
Sorry, okay, sounds good.
cool. And Riley,
Hello.
hi. Are you using any tarot deck today, or are you using playing cards, or just taking notes?
Yes, I have my beautiful tarot deck right here.
I love it. Okay, cool. Janine, you have tarot deck,
I do,
or
yes.
yeah?
My Disney villains tarot
Oh,
deck.
I love it. Okay, cool. And did I say hi to everybody? Miss Liz, what do you got? You got tarot deck, playing cards, or just taking notes today?
Hello. Yes, I have a tarot deck with me.
Okay, cool. And did I get everybody? Did I say hi to everybody? Okay, cool. Floor, do you
Yes,
have a tarot deck with you, playing cards, or are you just writing notes today?
I'm just going to be writing notes.
Excellent. Okay, cool. So if you noticed, we only have about 12 people in the chat, 11 people, because I think I'm on a testing site too. And with only this small amount of people, everybody has a different tarot deck. It was either given to them or they purchased it on their own, and they all have different themes to it, right? So what we're going to do today is we're just going to start with understanding um, the basics of tarot and including your intuition. Okay. So even if you've taken a class before or if you haven't and someone teaches you different, that's okay. I want you to take what resonates with you in this time and moment in your life. Because there was a time where I stuck with the book and I was like, I've got to read what the book says. And I was reading it to myself and I said, okay, well, this says that this means that. Okay, so it must mean that. But I didn't. One thing that I noticed is after a while, some of the stuff wasn't resonating. So then I started going into my intuition and I was like, oh my gosh, this now I'm getting it, right? So there's different levels of learning of the tarot. Sounds good? And you guys can talk and interrupt me anytime or put something in the chat or whatever you like. Like, that's totally cool. You buy yours from Amazon? Oh, good job, Janine. There are a couple of stores here in Dallas as well. I'll put it in the link at the end of the chat or I'll put it in our witchy chat about it. So the first thing that we're going to do, first thing that I like to do is clear the cards. So we're just going to go through a basic how-to. So let's clear your cards. Okay. So clearing your cards is you need to clear your intentions and you're going to shuffle the card deck. That one jumped out. Sometimes you'll see tarot readers when something jumps out, they feel like that is a message that you need to see, right? So sometimes I look at it, but right now I think I'm just clearing the deck. So I'm going to pop it back in and continue shuffling.
So
Now
my
you can
question
shuffle.
about the shuffle is, should we be getting cards that fit our hands? I mean, I don't have extra large cards. They feel like they're normal size. I just don't know the concept of the shuffling.
Yep. So I'm going to get a deck that is too big for me or my hands, if you know what I mean. I think at first it's easier to do a deck that is for your hand size, but when you get a deck that's too big, what I like to do, which you're probably allowed to do it, just take it in half, put it down because it's so big. Now, the longer you play with your cards, the easier it's going to be to shuffle them because they'll have your hand oils on them. This deck is feels new, so it's sliding a lot. So you just go a little slower. You're going to go forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. Also, if it is too big of a deck, let me see if I can show you my table. You can also go old school like we do with our playing cards and just go left, right, left, right, left, right, okay? When you're clearing your cards, all we're doing is thinking about, or sorry, we're clearing our mind. We're not thinking about anything or anyone. You don't even have to think about tarot or anything. You're just breathing and focusing on shuffling, okay? If you are doing cards for someone else, like a friend, family member, whoever, I like to keep it private. So the cards are facing me. So keeping it private to the person you're doing the reading to, if it's too big, okay? Also, the card facing needs to go down. It doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed. I like to go on top. I like to go on bottom. You can even put it in the middle, whatever feels best for you. Okay, so that's an example of like a deck that's too big for your hands. All right, everybody feel cleared with your cards?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm going to go back to my small cards because for me, I'm way faster. I've had it for 25 years already. Like these cards, they've had a good life. The second thing we're going to do is you're going to place it down, okay? You're going to use your left hand to divide the deck in half, then put the one, so here it was, I grabbed it, I divided it in half, and I grabbed the bottom to put it on the top, okay? What we're doing is we're cutting the cards. You guys know how to cut the cards, even in Vegas, we do it as well with our tarot deck. The reason why we're cutting the cards is, I don't know, it's just something that we do, right? Maybe I'll think about it later, but we're gonna cut the cards to just make sure that they feel good. Now, my best friend always checks the bottom card. She loves it. She feels like that is the theme of the reading. I do not check that. I do not feel like it's the theme of the reading. For me, it's the top card. So it's whatever feels best for you. Okay? So top card or bottom card is kind of most of the time the theme of the reading. If you have a tarot book that explains, I have like 5 or 6 of these tarot books, not this particular one, but of how to do readings of tarot cards and stuff. They will have a bunch of different layouts, right, on how you can set up your spread. Okay, so they have 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 card spread for the week. You could do a 4 card spread, a 3 card spread. You'll find tons of different things. Now, as a beginner, I always suggest the 3 card spread. It's easy, it's fast, and it's pretty accurate most of the time. The 3 depends on what you or your client is looking for, okay? So the spread is usually love, career, and money. Do you guys agree? Like usually those are the 3 top things that people are going to ask for with the tarot cards.
Most definitely.
Definitely. Another 3 card draw, and it just depends on what you're feeling. It's past, present, and future. That's if somebody's asking more about, or if you're asking more about yourself. And the thing about past, present, future is that it could either be about the specific topic you're thinking about. So past, present, future in regards to love, past, present, future in regards to your career, past, present, future in regards to money. So past usually means like, I'm just going to do a quick sample reading for myself. We'll do career, past, present, future. I flip the first card. This is how I do it. I pull it towards me and then put it down. Okay. So if you look at the deck, I pull it towards me and then put it down. So this is reversed, but it's facing me because I am doing the reading. Past, present, future. Okay. If you have a calling, you can always put in different order, but I like past, present, future. It's very clear. It's very, what's it called? It's clear, right? It's understandable. Okay, so we have past, present, future. I'm going to show it to you guys so you guys can kind of see. Now, my first card, so we're going to go straight into this one. This is our sample, first one that we're doing, is 10 of Pentacles reversed, 10 Wheel of Fortune reversed, and 9 of Swords. Oh, I hope this sample is just a sample and not my true calling, because this is so true about past. So what we have is two options. One, you can actually take a look at your photo of whatever your card is. So if you have like the Disney card, or if you have your what is it, the White Raider cards, or something more fun, or whatever it is, spiritual astrology card, whatever it is. For me, when you're starting to begin, you can look at the picture. You can even turn at it the other way around. So what kind of things are we seeing with this picture reversed? Anybody, how do you think my past in regards to my career may have been, just looking at what this is, the picture?
I would guess maybe not fruitful because it's like falling out of the chest.
Yes, girl, yes. All right, I love that. That's part A. So let's write that down. Part A is looking at the picture, and you can touch your card, feel your intuition, listen to your intuition on what is this card saying to you by the picture, okay? The second thing you're going to look at, and we're going to go over every specific number in a minute, but I'm just going to go over this real quick. This is the number 10, okay? So the number 10 could be also significant as well for this particular person. 10 is X, and also it's in what is it called? Roman numerals. So 10 could be X marks the spot. So I felt like I needed to be in that job, right? Because it said 10, so maybe I felt like that. Now, Pentacles is about money as well. We're going to learn about those 4 suits in a minute. So those 3 things is something that I would tell myself, right? Because I'm doing the reading for myself. I'd say, okay, in my past, I wasn't very comfortable in my job, or I wasn't very fruitful. Maybe I was spending more money than I was earning. It looks like I felt like I needed to be there, and I was only there because of the money, right? So that's past. Present is the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, so doing the same thing again, kind of looking at this cycle. This is present. So this is the present feeling like I'm doing the same thing over and over. Another 10, feeling like I'm stuck in this position, that I need to be here. And Wheel of Fortune, we're going to learn about the Major Arcana in just a second. But the Major Arcana is saying with Wheel of Fortune, that it's like topsy-turvy, right? You're going to have to look at things another perspective, okay? It's also, because it's a Major Arcana card, that it has more purpose than the other 4, which is Pentacles, Swords, Wands, and Cups. Okay, we're going to go over that in a second, so don't worry about writing that down. Past, present, this third set is the future. Now, what I do like about this so far is that it is right side up, okay? But looking at this picture, looks like she's a little bit stuck as well, right? And then also she does have the 10 there, or the X, but it has the 1, so that's a 9. But it's kind of sad, because I think she thinks that she needs to do this career and she's stuck in it. Do you guys feel the same way? What else, what other downloads are you guys getting?
I would say mentally exhausted because she's being attacked by like the swords from all directions.
I love that. Yeah, exactly. And it is with swords as well. So we're going to talk about that in just a second. So pretty much that is a basic reading right there. Not basic, foundational, right? At that moment, you would say, okay, I hope you like your reading. That's good. You have 3 cards. It kind of says this. But if you wanted to keep on going, I would say something like, or I would even ask myself, what is it that I'm looking for? I just got this new stand today. It's kind of funky. But like, what is it that you're looking for? Or do you have any further questions? Do you want a follow-up question? do you want a follow-up question with your cards? And then you can keep on going and continue to do things. Reshuffle again the cards that you have, but not really putting back these foundational cards that we already have down. So you can just shuffle again. These two cards came out. Oh, cute. Okay, so these two cards came out and they're both cups, which is mostly about relationships. And they look a little bit happier than those previous cards, so that's good too. So then I would say, okay, let's say we were talking about the future. It looks like in the future you have to do things alone. You're feeling like you're stuck, but you know that you have a choice to make. And then you're also trying to balance your life and trying to balance your love life, your career life, your home life. Cool. Okay, so any questions on just that kind of really basic foundational part of the reading of the cards? No? Cool. Good. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, and like I said, there's tons of different spreads you can do. You can, whatever is in your calling, you can do even 6 cards, right? Past, present, future, love, career, money. Or you can even do the week. Like if you, like I do mine is per day. So every day I'm like, okay, tarot cards, what am I going to pull for today? What's the theme of the day? How am I feeling, or who can help me, or what kind of magical thing is going to happen? And I'll like shuffle my cards. That's my motion for shuffling the cards. And then I'll like throw it over and I'm drinking my morning tea or my morning coffee and I can do my own card reading. So sometimes I pull 5 cards, sometimes I'll pull 1 card. It's what your intuition says. Okay. Now this is the part you're going to write down. We're going to talk about major arcana. So it's spelled like this. Arcana, major arcana, right? My mom's Brazilian. Sometimes I pronounce things wrong because I'm funny. Okay, so major arcana and most tarot cards is going to be your first 21 cards. Okay, there's also minor arcana, and that is divided into your swords, wands, cups.
Pentacles.
Thank you. Pentacles. I was like, coins. Some of my tarot deck, it's called coins instead of pentacles.
And
So good job.
sometimes it's called discs too.
Sometimes it's called what?
Discs.
Discs, yes, right. And it kind of depends. I'm kind of curious with who has a tarot deck that was the Disney one? What is can I see one of your cards? I kind of want to see a little bit of what is the description of it. Is it just like Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, or
Sorry, I was muted. Okay, so King of Wands is an example. This is Jafar with his staff. I know.
okay.
Uh,
So you probably have the major and minor arcana then.
yeah, this is Judgment. So yeah, it's just Disney theme, the same regular cards.
Okay, perfect. Cool. Just checking. Because I do have other cards. What? I think I got rid of them, but they were like, they're just kind of they were made up, they were people's names. Like it had Stephanie, Janice, Matt, and the cards were kind of personalities of who those people were. And those were really fun too. So I just wanted to make sure that most of us kind of understand today we're learning the major and minor, and then maybe next time we have it, we'll go deeper into what those different type of decks are. Okay, so your major arcana, that's going to start from 0 to 21. 0 is the full. So if you have all your cards, you can go through and look at it to see if you can find what your full looks like. Now, I have a book. You can read through the book and what it says. There may be different explanations, different things, but I am your teacher today. So for me, 0 is the beginning of your journey and 21 is the end of your journey. It doesn't mean the beginning of your life or the end of your life. It's just kind of more like whatever the question is. 0 is usually from the beginning and then you have the end. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that cycle. Perfect. Thank you for the thumbs up. So also think about personality, right? 0 is the Fool. It's a baby. It's someone who's more carefree, more loving, a little dense kind of, expressing, vulnerable. It's all of those things, right? A little bit of irresponsibility, maybe. They're not really responsible for things. So looking at your particular card of the Fool, and you guys can show me in your Zoom. I would like to see if you were able to find it. Yay! Oh yes, Vicky. Yeah, that's like the foundational type of card with the picture that everyone's kind of used to seeing, like when they look at movies or anything like that. That's perfect. Floral, do you have one? No? Jan, where's yours? Janine, let me see.
Gronk from Emperor's New Groove, and he has the little devil and the angel.
I mean, think about it. That's so representative of just kind of like, which way do I go? Who am I listening to? It's very much the Fool kind of persona, right? So that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys is that your cards tell you a little bit about what it is that you're about to do, like what it is that your intuition may say or may help guide your intuition on what that card is representing for that particular reading. Of course, you can always go back to your book, and if you have an explanation book, and you can read it. Like this is like literally 2 pages. It goes, "The Fool is innocence, poised to leap between one world to another." So I would love for you guys to look at this stuff as a guide, but for me, I pull in through my intuition on what the cards are telling me. Okay. Upright and reversed most of the time are 2 different meanings. It does not mean positive if it's upright and negative if it's reversed, but some cards are like that. But it usually means maybe look at it in a different way, or something is not as strong, or things are going towards the person instead of away the person. Okay. So when you look at the Fool reversed, in my opinion, it doesn't mean responsible, right? The Fool card is not responsible in reversed meanings. To me, it still is the Fool. It's the 0 card, so it's irresponsible. But when it's right side up, it's more of that gesture kind of feeling in regards to new beginnings. You're in 0, right? It's more of thinking things over, not knowing which path to go, not really it's go with the flow kind of energy. Okay. So I'm not going to go through every single one of these major arcana. I just want to give you an example of how we read the card and how your perception of it enhances the reading. Does that make sense? Yes, Janine, perfect too. When you said that tarot is similar to standard deck of playing cards, that's why sometimes if you don't have like a tarot deck, I do ask if you guys have playing cards. Okay, so your major arcana is the one that goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then it ends in 21. Okay, let's talk about your minor now. The first one we're going to talk about is going to be your cups. Oh, sorry, aces. Oh, sorry, not aces, cups. I meant to say cups. Okay, so pick up any of your card that has a cup on it. The first one I grabbed was 9 of Cups. Cool. So when you grab your cups, usually cups represents relationship. It doesn't mean your boyfriend, your husband, your girlfriend. It's most of the time it could be a relationship like that, but it could also be a relationship with yourself. It could also be a relationship with your boss. It could also be a relationship with your kitty cat. right? So it just depends on the reading, what the question was of the reading. And if it's a general reading as well, if they are like, I don't know what to ask, or you yourself was like, I don't have anything specific, then you want to double check with your intuition and look at the picture of the card to see how it makes you feel. So for example, on this particular card, it is the 9 of Cups. It's got this cute little fountain with this fish, right? And so if I was just doing a regular general reading, I would come up to like something like, you feel very wishful, hopeful, and thankful for relationships that are happening in your life. If I looked at my book, it said, expand your energy cleverly to make the work you do go further. Schedule your tasks and plan your social activities carefully. You are amazingly strong now, and you have the support of others around you, including financial help. So that comes from my big book, but I have my little book. And then when you look at your little book, this one says, oh, excuse me, I have the worst allergies right now because of all this rain. So I appreciate you ignoring that sound. Okay, so for my little book, it says, people are generous to those in need. Enjoy the kindness of strangers. Stay away from shop talk and try not to worry about finances. So everything is going to tell you something different. Does that make sense on why well, two things. One, when you go do a tarot reading with somebody, with a psychic or professional tarot reader, you're not allowed to do two in the same day. And I learned that when I was 20. I went to Austin with my best friend. We went on a day road trip, and we wanted to see if that first lady was right. And then the second lady, the weirdest thing is when she opened the door, she said, did you guys get a tarot reading earlier today? And we're like, oh, no, ma'am. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. And she goes, well, I'm not going to do your tarot reading, but I'm going to do your energy vibe. And she did like a different type of energy healing reading because she knew we were lying. She was so good. She knew we were lying. But we wanted to see if the first lady was right or not, because she said that the thing that she told me was that I already know who my husband was. And I was only 21 at the time. And I was like, I don't think so. Everybody I've met is. And anyways, my first husband ended up not being anybody I knew, but maybe my next one will. I don't know. So, does that make sense in regards to just because your book says one thing, your intuition may say something else, or another book or another tarot reader may see something else, but there's like a general idea and energy that comes through on that particular card. Everybody still with me?
Yep.
Am I giving you guys good information, or what are you feeling?
I was just gonna comment on where you said, I guess you can do two readings on the same day. But like I literally used to do that all the time. I have two readers that I do on a regular basis, and I would like fact checked.
Right.
And for the most part, they were like saying the same things. So I just always thought that was kind of weird. But nobody ever said, oh, you had a reading before or anything. I've had for like maybe like the past 3 years, like two readers that are my go-to. And I'll do one in the morning and then one in the evening. Or maybe, yeah,
Okay.
one in the morning, one in the evening. And then they'll kind of read me about the same.
I love that. So you were
Yeah.
definitely like exuding this kind of energy, or there was stuff that universe needed to tell you specifically, and they channeled it through both of those readers. So I do love that. Give me just a second. My dog is whining because I forgot to feed her at 6:30. So give me 2 seconds.
Floor, are the readers that you're seeing local or are they online or?
One is local, which is a friend of mine, and then the other one is just some lady I had found like on YouTube a few years back, and then I still read with her. But yeah, they never really like contradicted each other except for like one time, I would say. But
Yeah.
for the most part, they were like telling me the same thing.
I love that. Okay. Cups, main theme is relationships. Let's go to the next one. What are we going to do next? Pentacles. Who can guess what Pentacles' main theme is? Y'all know it's about money.
Money and material things.
Material things and money. Ah, Pentacles. I get goosebumps. I get so made. So I am working on being a millionaire right now. So a lot of my readings lately just always are throwing out pentacles for my readings. And I'm really into my I'm trying to sell my stuff. So it's a lot of physical things in my life right now that I'm focused on rather than romance or relationships or anything like that. So Pentacles, you are right. So everybody, let's pull out a Pentacle card. Just find whichever one looks cute for you that you feel attracted to. And let's get somebody to show me your card. Maybe, is it Matley? How do you say your name? Matley?
Monthly.
Motley, yes. Okay.
My name is Diana. I just have that as a username. It means mother in the Nahuatl language.
Oh my gosh. Do you have cards? I forgot. I don't remember if you did or
Yes.
didn't. Okay.
So the pentacles we said were like I don't know if it's like these.
Yes. Yep. Coins. Perfect. What number is that one? X1X? I kind of couldn't see.
1V4.
Perfect. Do you tell me a little bit about what do you feel when you see that card?
Well, it looks like a king, and underneath his feet he's got coins. On his head he's got coins, and in his arm he's like super emphasizing a coin. So I don't know if that means like material possessions and like very obsessed with materials and what he has.
Okay.
Yeah, so he kind of looks like, since he's kind of surrounded in them, I don't know if he's like abundant and like is kind of greedy.
No, I like it. He is abundant. So, and I usually refer this to the numbers. We're going to go over the numbers as well, a little bit about utilizing numbers for your intuition, 1 through, and then the king and queen and all the other one, and the page and stuff. So 4, if you think about the number 4, is that a solid number or is it a weak number? 4 is a solid number if you think about it. 4 legs on a table. 4 people is 2 couples. It's a very strong, solid number. So it is abundant. It's someone who's very solid and strong with pentacles, with money, with their things, right? Most of the time as well, if you think about, and you can, it's like if you look at where the coins are at, so some cards, like they'll have them in different places on the deck. So for example, I have this deck and it makes the coins very even. So here's an example. See how they're very even on the side and on the side. But here's my other deck where the 3, you have them in different areas, right? So just following your intuition on what it is that those coins are saying to you. I think my 4 as well has it very balanced on this particular deck. So you can take that as your intuition. I do like what you said in regards to your feeling on it of that card. So that's exactly what we're doing. So perfect. Good job. In my book, it says 4 of Pentacles is financial security. You may have suffered hardship and have to work too hard for too long, but now the enterprise pays out. This is not a great monetary gain, but a period of satisfaction and personal reward. You find relief and can ease off a little, mindful that you have everything you need to keep going forward. Cool, I love that. Okay, so let's go. So Pentacles, remember, it's about money, and wealth sometimes as well, depending on the reading. It may not mean actual physical money. So for example, I'm not sure if you guys learned this yet, but love is God, right? God equals love. And love is in the same frequency as money. Usually when you feel safe with money, you feel safe with yourself and you have love in regards to friends, family, companies, work, things like that, right? Relationships. You feel, I don't want to call you God if you're not there yet, but you feel abundant like God. Like you can create the life that you want, right? And God helps you with that. You help yourself with that. So you can create the life that you want, okay? So sometimes when I'm getting a lot of pentacles, but my question was about love, then I'm starting to get a little bit more like, okay, I don't feel safe with money. That's why I'm not receiving love. Does that make sense? Because they're all kind of in the same frequency. So it's the same conversation when we talk about that. That's how I feel about it. But this is your life, so if you don't feel the same way, don't worry about it. Money is money and love is love, and they don't even intertwine, but it does. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which is wands. So let's pull out your wand card. Let's find any wand card that you like. Riley, what wand card did you pull out?
I had a card fall out.
Ooh.
Let's see. Trying to find it. Oh, here we go.
All right.
Is this the Four of Wands?
Four of Wands. Okay, we're keeping with the four. So taking a look at your picture, it's a little fuzzy. Pull it back a little bit and then put it. I think it's
Like,
because your face is clear, but it doesn't want to make the card clear.
I don't know how to take that off, to be honest.
That's okay. You look at your card and you kind of give us a little bit
Okay.
of like, what is it that you feel when
Okay.
you see the card?
To me, it kind of looks like there's a celebration going on. I see like a castle in the back. There's two people holding bouquets over their
Cool.
heads. One's wearing red, one's wearing blue. So yeah, I'm sensing there's like a celebration here. There's like a blessing. I'm sensing peace. Yeah, just like celebration, harmony, peace. That's what
Yeah.
I'm feeling.
The Four of Wands is actually a social card, like being social, being around people,
Ah,
and being
okay.
abundant in that. The number four, remember, is
Yes.
usually very solid, very abundant, or very like foundational, like very strong structure. It's like the base structure, the foundation of it. So those things that you're feeling is exactly what I feel too, and that I think
Yeah.
that the Four of Wands is. In my book, it says this card is great for your social life and self-establishment. As the suit of wands buds with ideas, so the tree puts down roots. You may move to a larger home or extend your dwelling. Work-wise, others show their appreciation of originality. You're part of every conversation and feel wanted and involved. You are now you can now grow in every aspect of your life and enjoy it to the fullest. So very good. You kind of like even your reading, if you didn't read exactly what this book said, like it gives you that same kind of vibe, that energy, right? Of being social and being abundant, being the center of attention, enjoying life. And I love that. So good job.
Thanks.
So what do you guys think wands usually, like what's the theme of wands? It's not social life and it's not stability. So we have the pentacles, which is money, and then we have the cups, which is relationships. Okay, bye Liz, thank you. So what are we thinking about for wands? What do wands?
Activity, creativity.
Yes, just like what a wand would do, abracadabra, right? It's creating that activity. It's making wishes come true. It's like finding that it's kind of in that same realm, right? One of the thing about swords for me, I feel like swords is all about action. So taking action, being actionable, or the action of not doing anything, right? So swords is going to be like more like that, but this is more of like the outcome of it in regards to how you're feeling about it and how it comes from fruition. Does that make sense? Vicky, what do you think?
That's mostly, career, creativity, action. Those are the things that I usually lean towards looking at them.
At the wands?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, so it's things as happening, right? So it's like the manifestation of it, the action of it, rather than I don't know, rather than anything else, I guess. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We're going to swords. Let's pull out our next sword card.
Quick question, real quick. We said for the eight, what for wands, creativity, right?
So, Miss Janine, which I think swords as communication in your card. So for me, wands is creativity. It's more of like that manifestation. To me, it's that creativity, that manifestation, the things happening. For example, I can read like in this book of it says, for example, the Nine of Wands. You are and need to be at your most ingenious, right? It's like who you are, what you need to do. It's more of this part of your brain, right?
Okay.
It's more of up here rather than here, because cups is here. Cups is how you feel, right? This is more of like in this area, action, not really logical, because to me, everything is pretty, it's not going to be super logical. Logical, I feel like, is more swords like, but it's more of like your energy and then manifesting, making things happen. So yeah, creativity, flow, go with the flow, stuff like that.
Thank you.
Wands is fire energy for sure. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so let's go into some swords. Swords is in a lot of my cards. So everybody pull out a swords card. The first one I pulled out is Queen of Swords. And she kind of is like holding two things. She's holding her sword and she's also holding her hawk. And her little hawk has a cute little crown on it and it's talking great. So if I pulled the Queen of Swords, I would say something depending on whatever the reading was, but I'm definitely feeling like she's in charge. She's holding her stance, and who she wants to be and who she is becoming, right? And she's utilizing her voice to get it out. So swords to me is action, like standing her guard, right? She's creating things in regards to delegating, right? Or she holds the key to the kingdom, whatever you're kind of feeling in that moment in regards to it. But swords is definitely like, it could also be like the Knight of Swords taking charge in regards to fighting for what you believe in. So to me, that's why I say action a lot. It's like someone who's building their house, someone who's trying to have a baby, someone who's trying to create that kind of energy. Okay. So reading my book where it says Queen of Swords, this is defined by her mental accuracy. Her company is stimulating and she uses her shining intelligence to entertain, right? The action is entertaining, challenges those around her. Forthright and graceful, she relies on logic rather than emotion to run her life. Her strength and character makes her a loyal friend, but in following true reason, she tends to her own needs first before extending help to others. So that this particular book is describing the Queen of Swords as a person, but can also be as a situation. It could also be someone coming into your life or exiting your life, right? I always, sometimes when I'm starting to learn about the tarot cards, I can represent who it is. Like the Queen of Swords to me would be my mom because she's an Aries. She's a Bia and she a little narcissistic, right? But she's very loyal. She gets what she wants. She's very creative. She's very artsy. So for me, like putting those kind of like personas into the reading will help when you first begin. But then as you go through it and you're doing your readings, you're going to get downloads and pictures through your head and be like, oh, wait, I just thought of Angelina Jolie. So maybe the Queen of Swords is kind of that persona. So then you're going to explain it to who you're doing the reading or even yourself, like someone who is quiet, demure, but stands strong. She's got piercing eyes. She speaks, when she speaks, she means what she says. There's no lies. There's no joking. But she's elegant in what she says, right? Because that's the things that maybe Angelina Jolie, those traits come up to your head, and that's what you would explain to your to who you're doing the reading for, or yourself, right? Are you guys having fun yet? Is this helping at all?
It's helping
Yes,
out
it
so
is.
much. Like you have no idea.
Yay! Okay, I'm going to go over the numbers now. When I go over the numbers, this is my personal, oh, yay, thank you, Janine. This is my personal opinion of what these numbers mean. I would love for you to write in your journal, and after I tell you what my personal numbers mean, what do these numbers mean to you, okay? So for example, so I would write 1. So of course we had the 0, right, which is the Fool. But in your minor arcana, there is no 0. There is an ace. An ace is 1. So the ace to me, when I'm doing a reading and I'm kind of still trying to think of like, what is my download saying? Or what is this card saying? Like, what's a good base thing for me is I would say you're number 1, or you feel independent at this time, right? Or like aces, like an ace of all, like an ace of all trades. I know it's jack of all trades, but like they're so good at what they do, right? They're like the best. They're winning. So for me, the number 1 comes a lot with that. But there's sometimes where 1 means lonely. But does an ace mean lonely? Not usually. So it's more independent. So it may be independent and not asking questions. Or right now you're feeling very independent and you are looking for tools in your education, or you're very independent that you're living by yourself and you are resisting love in your life. Depends what the second card is or whatever. So for me, ace is like that. Do you guys have any other feelings about ace that you want to contribute?
On my little cheat sheet, I always have, it's like beginnings or something new.
Yeah, the ace, beginnings of something new. I do like that. I do like that a lot. Also, it's the beginning of the journey, right? So when we think about the major arcana, it's the beginning of the journey. It's something new. It's something fresh, a new project, a new job,
A new love.
a new love. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so then let's go into the number 2. So for me, the 2 of Cups, when I do the reading, usually says you're going to be in a relationship, or you have good relationship ties with somebody, you're happy with something, or you got a new partner or new best friend, something very solid in regards to 2. More than the Lover's card is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes when you get the Lover's card, it doesn't really mean you're going to be in love. So the 2, what other things come with 2? A pair, or someone's going to come help you. A mom and a daughter, or father and son. Like it's 2 peas in a pod, right? So that's how I feel about 2. Vicky, what do you got on your little cheat sheet?
Balance.
Balance. Exactly. 2 is balance. You're holding hands. You're able to hold things together, right? 2 is balance. I love that.
I think a 2 of Pentacles and how he's balancing the 2 discs. So
Perfect. Yes. And then also 2 of Swords, which is balanced too, but also like 2 of Swords usually means conflict with others because they're swords. And most cards, there'll be crossing each other. The swords are crossing each other. So sometimes it's conflict or debate. So if somebody's doing a reading with their career and you get the 2 of Swords, most is like, well, it looks like there may be a little bit of defeat. or debate or not a lot of balance in regards to what's happening in your career, right? Or even in love, you're getting into a little bit of argument or a disagreement about something, or maybe your partner is looking at things in a wrong way or something. So 2 of Swords for me is that. Okay, let's go to 3. So what do you guys think 3 means? How do you feel about the number 3?
I feel like it's more than a pair, so it's like a throuple.
Yeah, but 3's company, right? It's a little
Yes.
rocky. It's not as stable. Ben, you want to contribute? You want to say anything with this?
For me, it's patience. I've noticed a lot of things come in threes for me.
Mm.
So,
3
yeah.
is actually my lucky number. I love 3. I love 3, 33, 333, 3333. Like, I just love 3. It's my sign, it's my number. But yet when I'm doing readings, it just kind of depends on what it is, right? Like a 3 of cup for me would be more of like happiness, renewal, cleansing. The 3 would represent not it, like feel how the letter or the number 3 makes you feel, right? It's not too big, it's not scary, it's not too grand of a number, right? It's not like the number 9, right? It's cute. 3 is cute. Relationship, right? So from the 3, you would think about joyfulness, you would think about maybe it's a partner with a baby. Maybe a baby's coming. Maybe they're planning a baby. Maybe they're about to get into a new house, maybe a new car. Not really a new car. That's a different number. But like maybe somebody's joining, or maybe there's a little bit of conflict. Maybe somebody's cheating. Okay, so 3 kind of gives you that 2 plus 1, right? So it's a little unbalanced, a little unstable, but also it's happy, right? Well, okay. So number 4, when I utilize the number 4, I always think of something very stable, very strong. Like I said earlier, the legs of a table. 3 also is not strong. If you have like a stool or something with like 3, it's not going to be as strong. It's a little wibbly wobbly, right? So now you have 4. So that chair with 4 legs, table with 4 legs, you have that grounding. 4 is usually a very solid and strong number, no matter what the cups, the pentacles, wands, and swords, they're usually more strong.
I
So
remember that because I think, like you, that a 4 means structure or very secure, and then a 4 is almost a chair upside down. So it helps me
yeah.
visualize and remember.
Good job, Vicky. I love that. Okay, so if we're thinking, so now we're getting into 5. So 5 is to me a little stepchild. It's the middle kid, right? So if you think about the 5, what kind of feeling we get with 5? 5 is neutral. It's not who, when you do surveys 1 through 10, 5 is in the middle. I'm not sure what's going on here, right? 5 is the middle kid in regards to it's not 1 or 10, it's right in the middle, so it's a little attitudey. It's a little he's stable, but he's got something to say. Does that make sense? Like he may be a little robust, but he stands alone. So in my book, it says 5 is the number of mankind. Think about the star, like most stars have 5 points on it, right? So it could even be like shining. 5s have, this says a 5 reveals a test, right? Vicky, what does your cheat sheet say?
Change or uncertainty.
Change or uncertainty, right? Oh, think about the middle kid. He's changing, he's figuring things out, right? Like even that neutral, it's like, do I go left? Do I go right? Am I more this way or am I more that way? Janine says disruption and change. I think 5 in tarot is like the angel number. Oh, 555 signals change. Yes, often through tension or instability. Yeah, it's a little unstable too, right? Think of even the number 5. You've got that strong part on top and then that curve on the bottom, right? So it's like, I know where I'm going, but I might change my mind, right? It's strong, but a little unstable, a little indifferent. Yeah? Does that make sense to kind of remember? So after the of 5, that's how I feel like with the 5 card is I'm like, you got 6. Just saying 6. It's calmer, right? 6 is a little bit more foundational than 5. 6 is a little bit more harmonious. 6 is a little bit more like go with the flow, right? It's like, shoo, okay, just think about the 6. I always think about the sex. But you know, what is 6 for you? What is 6 for you? Vicky, what do you got? I like your little cheat sheet thing just to like kind of compare one.
I I have peace and harmony, and because I'm such a visual person, I think of the number 6, and then inside it, I would draw a peace sign. So
Cute. Yeah, exactly, right? I'm definitely
peace and
definitely
harmony.
peace and harmony, right? It's really like not go with the flow in regards to like wave, like oh I don't care, but more of like it's easy, right? It's cool. So I love that. So we're in sync with that. Okay, 7, 7, 7. We're in heaven. 7 minutes in heaven. 7 is fun. 7 is flirty. 7 is mystical. 7 is lucky. 777 is really lucky. What do you feel about 7? Anybody?
I feel like
Nobody?
7 is like when you go to the casinos, when you hit the 777 is all lucky numbers. So I feel
Yeah.
like whenever you do like 7, you're like, hey, am I gonna get lucky this weekend or something like that, money wise or whatever. And you get say the 7 of Pentacles.
Okay.
That means you are, right?
7 of Pentacles, sure. Tells you that you got to keep on going, right? You're a
That
winner,
you
winner, chicken dinner. Let's keep that luck happening. Let's keep that action going because, Pentacles is money, but it's also with love, right? It's like Pentacles is feeling abundant. 7 of Pentacles is like doing good in your home, doing good in your business, things like that. Also think of 7 in regards to there's 7 days in a week, right? Uh, I feel like 7 is for some reason when I do a lot of readings and someone asks me, "Can you give me a date or can you give me an estimate?" If I see the card 7, 7 of anything, usually like pentacles, wands, swords, or cups or whatever, I feel like, oh, this is about to tell me a time in regards to a month, a year, a day, or something like that. If you want to, we can. We don't have really. Oh, it's 7 o'clock already, guys. I didn't want to take too much of your time today, but let's keep going. Okay, so does that make sense for 7? Do you guys feel the same way with 7s getting lucky? 4. Oh my gosh, why you bring that puppy on our Zoom?
No.
Yes, I'm like going on my legs.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, how funny. Jordan, you're right. It turned 7 as we were talking about 7. Like, how funny is that? How coincidental. And we're all magical woo-woo witches and stuff. Okay, so 8. The first thing that comes into my head with 8 is when you put it to the side, it's the infinity sign. So for me, a lot of the times, usually when I'm doing a reading and I get an 8, it signifies repeating a cycle or going through a change. Not a roller coaster like this, but like the infinity sign, like woo, 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 right? It's not as hurtful or challenging as the number 5. It's more of like, this is something to help you get to that next level. This is something that you've been doing your whole life. Like for me, every 10 years, I always start a new company and I get away from who I really am because I'm like, I want to make more money, just like I'm doing right now. I'm starting a yoga studio in Thailand. Instead of doing this, which is my passion, which is doing tarot and psychic things and witchy woo woo things, I'm like, I'll go do yoga. So I'm doing that again, right? And I literally have been getting an 8 of something the last couple of days, the last couple of weeks. So the 8, for me is kind of doing those life-changing decisions, but it's not a punch in the face kind of decision. It's more of like, oh, I'm going to get a new career. This is what needs to happen in order for me to be the best me I can be. Vicky, what do you have on 8?
I have activity, and like you were saying, I think of the infinity sign because it's constantly in motion. So activity, power, working on things.
Yes, I love it. Okay, so number 9. 9 for me. Yeah, that's how I feel about 9. I feel like I'm just going to kind of read what my book says for 9, so that way I'm not being prejudiced against it. It says 9s are known as the ultimates of their suit, where the intrinsic value of each suit finds maximum expression. There are 9 choirs of angels, and 9 numbered squares complete the low shoe, a magical temple that is used to calculate the effects of time and chi energy on a building. In this sense, the 9s express the idea of foundation. 9s represent the triple triad of mind, body, and spirit and expresses order. With 9s, it's helpful to recall the suit meaning. So in regards to like the suit meaning of cups, right? So if you have 9 of cups, it's going to be really, really powerful, really, really strong. Whatever you feel in that picture and that in your intuition and downloads that you get. So this says, as 9 cups represents the emotion, as cups represents the emotion, the 9 crowns you with happiness. Wands, creativity, communication, right? So it's heightened, whatever the suit is meaning. Okay, so 9 sounds like it makes it really, really powerful. It's like stronger. For me personally, when I go through 9s, I'm always thinking of it's that moment before something breaks, which is very strong. I think of like that, like let's say I'm doing a reading and that person's like, when am I going to find love? When am I going to find love? And then they have the 9 of cups. It's like, oh, it's coming. It's coming. It's like that big moment, right? But she obviously doesn't have love right now, but she got the 9 of cups. So it's like heightening that emotion. Like you probably need to release something in order for you to get it. Because the number 10, like I said earlier, 10 marks the spot. 10 is it. 10 is oh, 10 is yes, right? 10 is that moment. 10 is so grand. So she has the 9 before the 10 for that particular reading. It's that moment right before. She has to do something in order to get to that 10. That's how I feel about it, right? Vicky, you want to give us your 9 explanation?
I consider it wisdom that if you think of the journey starting at 0, by the time you hit 9, you've gained wisdom, you've contemplated, you've thought things through, and hopefully you have the wisdom to make a decision.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys see, like, even with Vicky's cheat sheet and then with the things that I have interpreted, it's like the same but different, right? It's like different but the same. It's the same frequency, it's the same kind of vibe, right? So I was like, 9 is that big explosive moment, and then Vicky explaining it of like that wisdom, right? So it's like even knowing, right? And then with my book, it said it's the strong meaning of the card, whatever that's suited. It's the stronger meaning of it. Okay, so let's go into 10. In my book, it says 10 stands for completeness and perfection. It's a mystic number with Meyer's example of its importance, the 10 commandments, things like that. 10 percent. So the 10 presents them in their fullness. The cycle is complete. Like it's the end of the cycle, right? So if 9 is wisdom, 10 is saying, I'm there. I did it. It's good to go. So if someone's asking like, am I going to get that job? And then you get the 10 of cups or the 10 of wands, shoot, even the 10 of pentacles and the 10 of, well, maybe probably not the 10 of swords, but any of those 3, it's like, yeah, you got the job. Right? And then why am I hesitant to say the 10 of swords, you got the job, is because you probably have to do something else in order to get that job, because swords is an action, right? So maybe you have to write them a letter and say, I really appreciate seeing you last Friday for that interview, or whatever it may be, right? But pretty sure that they got the job. Okay,
You know
so
what?
now we're going, yeah.
Funny, because I was like, I'm in my head, I'm like, hey, with the job that I'm about to get, will I be financially stable? I got the 10 of Wands. And I was like, holy cow, let me break her up real quick, because I was like, we're talking about 10, and I was like, oh my God, 10 of Wands.
I love that. Oh my God, congratulations. How fun. Yes. And Wanda was like, you made it happen. You created that. You manifested it and made it work. And you
Yes, I was like,
visualized it. Yeah. Okay. We're almost done, guys. So we got the page. So when we think of page, when I'm doing a reading, I usually see it as a person, someone coming in, or even your inner child. That's how I particularly see pages. In regards to my book, it says that it's described as a young person or children. However, the interpretation can be much more encompassing. So maybe thinking of someone younger, like Peter Pan personality, right? They may not be like me. I'm like a fairy, right? I'm 42, but I have the energy, hopefully, of a 26-year-old, right? Like I'm like Peter Pan energy. Like I'm older, but I feel younger. So it could be that as well, like a page describing someone. Um, Ari, hi. Are you just
Hi.
taking notes? Are you checking out your tarot? What are you doing?
I just got in. Let me go grab my tarot real quick.
You don't have to. Just chill with us. You're fine. Okay, Vicky, what do
Okay.
you got for pages? Do
For
you have anything or no?
pages like you, I think of the children in the family or students, people that are learning, and just kind of building.
Okay, cool. Did you have anything on your cheat sheet or no?
No, the only thing I had was student
Student.
energy.
Excellent. Yeah. So then let's think of the nights. Now, usually when I'm doing nights and I'm doing a love reading, to me, that's persona. That's the person of who's going to save the day. I always go back to thinking of Pretty Woman in regards to she just wanted her fairy tale ending, right? So if you're doing a love reading and you get nights, for me, that's like, okay, here's the persona of the person who's going to come in. So if you have like the Knight of Cups, that's usually a water sign. Oh gosh, I forgot to tell you guys about that too. Like there's also your, we're gonna need to do this again because there's so much more I could tell you. Like your astrology and like I'm a Taurus and then what card it is, or Scorpio with the death card, like all of these other cool things. Okay. So, but with the knights, for me, it symbolizes the energy of a person. It symbolizes, okay. Bye, Janine. Thank you. We'll see you later. Laura, you're a Taurus too. Yay. So kind of like that energy of the person when I'm doing like a love reading. Or also if you're doing a career reading, it may be persona of the boss, or it might be a person, it might be them themselves, like who they are going to be when they get that job, right? Something like that. So it just kind of depends. In my book, it says the knights are the seekers of the minor arcana, just as the pages begin courtly life as messengers and graduate to knights. So the knight symbolizes stamina and energy. They reveal the speeding up of events. Cool. Vicky, you want to contribute or no?
My notes I had, nights bring the energy of like teenagers, that they're messengers, and doers that sometimes take off with that energy without fully thinking it through, but have that kind of energy, messenger and doer.
Let's use that as a foundation thought. I love that, Vicky, because also like when I do a reading, most of the time when I'm doing a reading and it comes with the knights as a person. And so the mindset of a teenager, right? Like if you're doing a love reading, do you want a knight? Sure, they're going to save you. They're fun. They're flirty. They're taking you out on dates, right? But wouldn't you rather have a king? Wouldn't you rather have a man? Would you rather have somebody who has like stability, foundation, money,
Mature.
maturity, wisdom, demure, but yet spoken, you know? So, yeah, Knights are fun, flirty, teenagers. Yeah, they might not be a teenager, but it's like that kind of mindset on what that persona is. Like if you get a Knight of Swords, this is more of a fighter, but is then depending on the next card, let's say you get five. Let's say you get Knight of Swords and then the Five of Cups. Then this person is probably going to argue with you a lot, right? Because swords, right? And then the Five of Cups, like the relationships are just like a little unstable, that middle kid kind of energy, right? So little things like that you're going to start growing and you're going to start piling up together in order to do your reading. Okay, the queens. I got any queens in the house? So just as when I'm doing a reading and I pull up a queen, I feel like it's a persona again, but also queen cards have so much energy that it might even be a person, place, or thing. A lot of people, places, and things have queen energy. What has a queen energy? A lake. So if somebody's saying, am I going to be able to move? Am I moving anytime soon? And then I pull up like the maybe the queen of not the like the Queen of Wands, right? So the Queen of Wands would be more fire energy. And so it'd be like maybe you're moving into the woods, right? So queen energy, it could be a place. Or Queen of Cups would be water. Cups is water. Think about flowing cups, stuff like that. Queen of swords is air. So maybe you're moving more up, like more in the higher mountains or Canada or something, like whatever pops into your head of what air is, right? So for me, air is by the beach because I can breathe better because there's so much allergies, right? So like whatever that is for you. And of course, Pentacles is earth, just like us Tauruses or signs. So the queens can represent the influence of women or individuals that are coming into your life, or could represent the person you're doing the reading of, what energy that they're bringing, right? Depending on which kind. And it does correlate, in my opinion, with the sign. So if you have Queen of Cups, which is relationships, it's going to be someone a little bit more motherly, a little bit more giving, right? The Queen of Swords is going to be someone who stands their ground a little bit more. And the Queen of Wands is going to be someone who is manifesting or gives you something in regards to what it is that you want. And the Queen of Cups is going to be a little bit more, the Queen of, is that all of them? I don't remember. But anyways, so you know what I mean? Like it's that persona, it's that queen energy that's coming through, that maybe the person could be a place or a thing. Maybe they want a car, then you'd be like, girl, you're gonna have the Queen of Swords cup. So that's a convertible or Jaguar or something like that. So that could, to me, that's what queen is. So the king is as well, to me, an influence of a persona or a person. Women and men have masculine energy. So sometimes if I'm doing a reading and I pull up a king, I'm going to say, is this you or is this somebody else? And you can ask your person that, like, I pulled the King of Cups. Do you feel like, is this you? Is this kind of you energy in regards to being artistic, being creative, being very loving and passionate with what you're doing, maybe musical, lyrical, or something like that? Or is this somebody that you want to bring into your life, right? And then you could also pull the next card. What does the next card say? It's two. Oh, okay, it's a two. That means it's someone coming into your life because you're single now and you want to be in a relationship. So obviously it's the other person, hopefully, right? So the king traditionally represents the influence of a mature man. In a woman's reading, the king can represent her partner. He may symbolize aspects self for both men and women. And of course, not, this book is old, but it's your energy that you're exuding, right? And most of the time, to have a good balance between relationship, you have a masculine and a feminine energy type, even if you both are kings or you both are queens. Cool? You guys feel good?
Yep.
Yay! Okay, well, I would like to call that part A because there is so many other things that I would like to teach you guys. I do know that next Tuesday I reserve